Hi, I'm Simone Elbow, host of Ask HR, the place where you get answers to your burning HR questions. So, we are at the beginning of the year and people are making goals, New Year's resolutions, vision boards, plans, everything that they want to have a successful year. And it's good. That's a good thing. To be hopeful, to be optimistic, to be prepared. That is awesome. One of the things that I found in my personal life and the people that I work with is that sometimes we can have the best of intentions, the greatest plans, but we have these destructive patterns and behaviors, mindsets, and unconscious, subconscious belief systems that actually drive our lives more than the plans that we make. What do I mean by that? So I'm getting ready to release a book called Stop Sabotaging Yourself. And I just released one called Me First, a self-love guide for purposeful women. And you may say, well, what do those things have to do with work? Well, you'd be surprised, because wherever you show up, everything about you shows up. So if you are a certain way in your personal relationships, for instance, if you get in a confrontation or a heated discussion, an argument, whatever, if you're that type of person that's gonna shut down in that conversation, you're gonna be that same person at work where there may be a confrontation or a reason for you to speak courageously. You're gonna shut down. Someone's challenging you, you're gonna shut down. And wherever you are, that is the behavior that you are going to do. And so these behaviors we call self-sabotage. When we keep repeating cycles of behavior that do not serve us well and actually keep us stuck, and they keep us limited from doing and being and having all that we can be, do, and have. So it's very important for us to understand what these limiting beliefs are for you. Because even though we have common threads among us, we're all individuals. And so what may be a limiting belief for me may not be the same for you. A very common limiting belief is fear. Lots of things are rooted in fear. Rooted in, I'm afraid to move forward. I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid to make a mistake. I'm afraid of the unknown. I'm afraid of being found out, right? They call it the imposter syndrome, where you don't feel worthy enough for the things that you're pushing yourself forward to do. I don't feel adequate. All of these things are negative belief systems that we generate over the years, some of them from our childhood. Some of them could be from something so small that someone you really love and admire said to you, and in your childlike brain process that to be something that guides your life. And that could be a parent, that could be a teacher, that could be a spiritual leader, that could be a friend. These things stick in our minds, and our minds are so powerful that they just continue to replay. When you get into certain situations, you may actually even hear those voices telling you certain things, that you can't achieve something. And then how do they play out as self-sabotaging behaviors? A big one is procrastination. Procrastination is a self-sabotaging behavior. Procrastination is, we all know the little thing we sing it well, don't put off for today, for tomorrow, what you can do today. We would sing that off, but oh boy, can we procrastinate. And it can look in other ways too, like missing deadlines, not showing up on time, waiting until the last minute to do something, missing opportunities, because you're just not ready or prepared. You knew you had enough time, but you just didn't do it. You're sabotaging your own success. Another is making excuses. Another is blaming people. Another is not even knowing your own value, or not setting boundaries, allowing people to talk to you, treat you any type of way. All of these things are self-sabotaging behaviors that I'm sure you're probably thinking. I'm hoping that this is triggering something in your thought process of how you show up, act, and interact on the job. Are you that person that people say, boy, you can't say much to her or him because they get so quickly offended, or they get so upset, they shut down, they stop talking, or they flare up and they have a huge tantrum? Who are you at work? And how are these behaviors showing up? You know, I always say that feedback is a gift. And I'll never forget when I was looking for advancement. I wanted this promotion at work, and I felt that I deserved the promotion. I think I was qualified for the promotion. But I'll never forget, there was this one circumstance in this situation where my boss at the time, like senior boss, who I would have had to work closely with, said something to me, just asked a question, but he had a very abrasive tone and a way of shutting people down. And I fumbled in my response to him because he took me off guard. And I think I was afraid of whatever his response may have been to me. So I fumbled. And the person who was considering me for the promotion was with me, and she was observing me. And after the meeting, she said, you know, I saw what happened in there. And if you're gonna function at that next level, you can't allow people to steal your power and your composure. And I was so appreciative of that conversation because I felt myself fumbling. But when she followed up with that conversation, it made me realize that this is something that I needed to work on. This is something that I needed to pay attention to. And why did that happen that way? Why was this person able to shake my confidence in that way? And so now I'm more aware, self-aware, and now I'm able to adjust my behavior accordingly. So it's very important as we make these goals and we have aspirations and we set our course forward. So many of us want great things. I want great things for my life, and I want great things for you. But we have to do the work, the internal work that will bring us the greatest success. We have to get out of our heads with overthinking. We have to get out of our heads with creating these stories and narratives that are rooted in negativity. And we have to get out of being so busy that we can't spend time self-reflecting and being mindful, so that we can see these sides of ourselves that we need to work on and be intentional about, so that we can find the success that we're looking for. So it's gonna be a journey. It's not easy. I'm not gonna tell you that you're just gonna sit down and meditate for 10 minutes and all this stuff comes up and you're just gonna get over it in a minute. It's not gonna happen that way. But when you are committed to yourself, when you love yourself enough to be committed to upholding your value, to living in purpose, to setting boundaries for yourself and spending time with yourself so that you can improve yourself and celebrate yourself, then you know that you are successful. I'm Simone Elbow, host of Ask HR, and I look forward to you joining me one more time. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and continue to follow all of these great tips to help you advance your career.